Hey everyone's Jackal Wolf coming at you with something different, something new on the One Shot Heroes channel. I'm joined today with Frog with a fancy O.
Hello.
And I've got a little bit of, it's sort of half a mini game, half of something that I kind of want to do a series in. I'm calling this a one-off one shot. So the idea behind this sort of game is that, you know, you've got a regular campaign going, you're waiting for somebody to show up, you got a little bit of time to kill, or you don't have enough time for a full campaign, but you do want to get a little bit of a D&D fix in. This is a quick little way to kind of throw together something different, something to give you a chance to play with a new character. It's basically like a random encounter with a random character. So what we've got right now is Froggy's got the D&D Beyond screen up. Now, there's a lot of other configurators out there. We're using D&D Beyond because it's a nice visual tool. And it's also got this randomized feature. So, Froggy, what I want you to do is I want you to click that create a random character.
Ooh, okay.
So, you start on this randomized page where it gives you a couple of different options. Because you're just a single player, we're going to let it randomize your level. But if you're doing this with a group of people, you probably all want to make sure everybody was the same level. So you just roll a d20, use that to pick your level, because characters only go up to level 20 anyways. This is an opportunity to maybe play a higher level character that you wouldn't normally get in a long campaign. It takes a long time to, really level your character up. Choose race, choose class. Again, we want a purely random character, so we're going to leave those ones blank. Allow multi-class. Because this is a demo, we're going to leave that one off. But then allow feats, so click that one on. You could throw a character name in here. You can always go change that later on based on what it picks for you. So let's leave that one blank for now. So hit your create character.
Your character, it's loading.
So now we're on the regular home page for creating a character. What was your character's name? Roll Trina. All right. So we're going to leave most of this as is. Make sure your die rolling is enabled.
Yep.
Because this is just a one-off, the advancement type's not going to make a huge difference. Hit point type, though, make sure that's fixed. And then as far as prerequisites go, feats are on, multi-class requirements are on. That's not going to make a difference. Most of this is not going to make a difference for this sort of mini-game. So click the next button.
Half-elf.
Okay, a half-elf. That's interesting. Yeah. It's straight up half-elf or any sort of variation?
Just a straight up half-elf.
Now, the tests I've done on D&D Beyond, it's been pretty good about filling in all the blanks, but go through all of these boxes, make sure everything is filled out, but leave them as they are. This is a truly random character. All right? Is that all your tabs?
Yeah.
All right, so move over to the next page, the class page.
Warlock.
Ooh, all right. And one good thing is it actually does pick spells for you. Though if you've got a character that has a spell book, you might actually have to go prepare them. There's probably a few other things we got to do at the very end here. But what's the level that it got for you?
16.
16. All right. So that's actually a pretty high level character. So that's going to influence what happens later on. But go down through all of these. Make sure that everything has been selected. Keep in mind you're going to be playing this character, so this is an opportunity to maybe get to know what your character is going to be about before you get to your character page.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. Do you remember all of that?
No. Oh god, there's a spells tab. I forgot about the spells tab.
Well, don't worry about the spells. They've already been picked for you. You might have to put them into your book, but once we finish editing your character, we'll take a look at that. So Let's move on to the next page.
Yep.
Here's your ability scores. What are your totals for each one?
Strength is 15, dexterity is 8, constitution is 8, intelligence is 15, wisdom is 14, and charisma is 19.
That's so, wow, charisma is really, really high, which I think is actually good for you're a warlock, right?
Yes.
I think that might actually be a warlock thing. So this was all sort of randomly rolled. I don't know what sort of parameters it uses, but of the couple of times that I've tested it, I've never seen a really bad character. All right, so let's move on to the description now.
Yes.
So what's your background?
Noble.
So this is sort of one of the fun parts here about maybe what we'll do is we'll spend a little bit of time, come up with a little bit of a backstory for this character. Have you kind of getting the feel for what kind of character this is?
I had an idea, and it was completely thrown out the window by being noble. So,
Oh, okay. Well, what was your original idea?
This is just me copy and pasting another one of my characters' sort of stories, where it's they're born in a town where like D&D magic and like the magic tricks were like kind of intertwined, and it was hard to tell the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And they were a master at the non-D&D magic, and but then one day they decided, I want real magic, and so they made a deal with the Fiend in this case.
Oh,
and
okay, all right.
And got magic that way, but
now that this person's a noble, maybe, I mean, a noble could still make a deal with a Fiend, right? Well, let's keep looking down here. What were your skill proficiencies?
History and persuasion.
Okay, all right, that's kind of interesting. Languages?
Languages, Abanasian.
Okay, all right, interesting. And now, suggested characteristics. I don't know how much this is going to be super important.
This isn't randomized. I have to add it myself.
I
can click random though.
Okay, well, hit random. See what comes up. Okay,
so personality traits, choose 2. So that's, I take great pains. It's always look my best and follow the latest fashion.
No, that's a noble, yeah.
It says choose 2, so I'll just roll twice. I don't like to get my hands dirty, and I won't be caught dead in unsuitable accommodations.
Okay, no, very, very noble.
Mm-hmm. Responsibility is my duty to respect the authority of those above me, just as those below me must respect mine.
Okay, so you lawful.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonds?
Oh, wait, bonds. Nothing's more important than the other members of my family.
Okay.
Flaws. By my words and my actions, I often bring shame to my family.
Oh, okay, interesting. So you're almost like the black sheep that really cares about their family, but
is just not a good person in general. So it doesn't really mean much.
Well, no, it's just they're constantly making mistakes, and they're striving to make up for something that maybe they caused. And that's going to help me in the next bit. That gives me a little bit of backstory. So let's move on to equipment.
Yeah.
Now this is one that you've got to do yourself. So if you hit equipment,
any simple weapon, I'll do a dagger. I'll do an arcane focus too. I'll choose a crystal. That seems fun. I'll do a scholar's pack because history stuff. History skill.
Yep.
Leather armor and any simple weapon and 2 daggers.
Right. So once all your things are selected, make sure you hit the add starting equipment at the bottom.
Yeah, I did a sickle for the simple weapon.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do add starting equipment.
And then we'll move over to the character sheet.
Okay.
As always, make sure you equip everything that you can equip.
So that would be in inventory. Dagger. Sickle. Leather. I have 3 daggers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So check your spells.
So there's Chill Touch, Eldritch Blast, Mage Hand, Magic Stone, Charm Person, Comprehend Languages, Expeditious Retreat, Hellish Rebuke, Blindness / Deafness, Enthrall, Mirror Image, Shatter, Counterspell, Fear, Hypnotic Pattern, Elemental Bane, Fire Shield.
So take a few minutes to get familiar with your character.
Yeah.
But before we get started, now would be a great time to click on that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you're alerted every time we post a new video to this channel. Also, we are a very small channel. Small channels like us survive on word of mouth. So if you enjoy this content, the best way of supporting us is talking us up in your D&D session, tweeting about this video online or one of our other videos. Let people know about this channel. We would really, really appreciate it. Every little bit is going to help us grow. But enough about that. Let's get back to this video. All right, I think I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you think you got your character all well and good?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've done now is I've created a random encounter. I used a random encounter generator on the internet. The specific one that I've used for this encounter is Goblinist RPG Tools. But there's a lot of other random generators out there that you can use. This one was nice because I was able to pick the character's level, pick the difficulty, and then sort of hit generate encounter, and it just, came up with something for me. I know a lot of the other ones work that way as well. So I've kind of come up with a little bit of a backstory. Reltrana, you're a noble who's done something wrong. You've hurt one of your family members. Maybe it's a younger sister, maybe a younger brother. They are in dire need of a very, very rare component. Because you feel all this guilt, you've taken it on yourself to go out into the world and claim this. Now, adventuring is your, part and parcel. You've embarrassed yourself a number of times, doing it, but you are very, very competent at it, being that you're a level 16 warlock here. So that very, very rare component that you need to collect is a scale from a bronze dragon. You've done your research, you've talked to various adventurers, and you believe you've managed to track down the lair of a bronze dragon. So here you are in a jungle. This is a custom map that I made in Inkarnate. We're using Owlbear to kind of share it between each other. Even though we're in the same room, we're on different computers. Again, there's lots of tools out there for you to use. These are the ones that we're most comfortable using. You've traveled a number of days into the wilderness. You've now approached what you believe to be the lair of the bronze dragon. What would you like to do?
I would like to look for any signs that this is the right place.
All right, roll a, let's call that a investigation.
17.
So as you've approached this cave, you've definitely seen signs of dragon activity. A footprint here, a broken tree there, certain signs of destruction and mayhem. So this cave seems to be a very likely spot for a dragon to roost.
Okay. I'm gonna go to can I just move my character?
Yeah, move your character. I mean, we're in free movement for the moment.
I've been thinking about their personality while you were setting this up.
Okay.
And I don't think they'd really care. So
all right. So they're moving all the way up.
Yeah, and they're gonna peek into the cave to see if they can see anything.
Okay, so reveal the cave, and I've actually got him masked. So as you peek around the corner of the cave, you see the sleeping form of a young bronze dragon. This is a very large creature, but certainly not of adult size.
Can I see if there's any scales just in the cave itself?
Okay, roll an investigation check. 11. From your position right now, you can't really see very far into the cave. You have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So while you can kind of see in the cave, nothing is. You're too far out. There's nothing that really stands out as being a scale from a bronze dragon.
Okay. I'm going to look through my spells really quick because I remember seeing something.
It's almost harder to be a high-level character that you haven't built from the ground up. Even though it's kind of cool to be able to do stuff, and have abilities that you wouldn't normally have, it's a big jump to just jump into a big character. I don't know if I was really thinking about that.
Would I be able to use Enthrall on it while it's asleep?
Enthrall. Let me see what Enthrall does. One action. Distracting string of words causing creatures of your choice that you can see within range and that can hear you to make a wisdom saving throw. Any creature that can't be charmed succeeds on the saving throw automatically. If you are fighting a creature, it has advantage on the save. On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on wisdom checks made to perceive any character. Oh, on perception checks.
Wait, no, sorry, that was the wrong.
Oh, okay.
thing I wanted. Did I use Dominate Monster?
What level is that? Oh, right there, 8th level. You attempt to beguile a creature that you can see within range, must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or be charmed by you for the duration. Or creatures that are friendly to you or fighting it has advantage. So you're not fighting it yet. You can use your action to take total and precise control of the target until the end of your next turn. The creature takes only actions you choose. Each time the target takes damage, it makes new wisdom saving throw against the spell. If the saving throw succeeds, the spell ends. You can definitely cast it.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second here. Actually, I think he's just got to make a wisdom saving throw of 17.
I cast Dominate Monster.
Okay, so I'm actually going to say he's at disadvantage because he's asleep. There you go. Savings throws. That's an 8 and a 6. I'm going to say that works.
Nice.
So you have now charmed a young bronze dragon.
All right. I'm going to walk in the cave. Right up to it.
Are you trying to stealth in, or are you
just walking in? Is he awake?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. So he's going to make. I'm going to do a perception check at disadvantage. 15 and a 10. I'm going to say no. He is fast and well asleep.
Okay. I'm gonna yell. Give me 2 of your scales.
Who are you to disturb my sleep?
Beltrana, a humble noble. Well, not quite humble as I'm in this situation, but it's a thought that counts.
What's to stop me from eating you?
I use the telepathic link to say, stay still until I tell you to do something else.
And I'm going to say he does. He stays still.
That. Give me, let's say, 3 of your scales.
I can't do that. You will have to take them yourself.
All right. Well, how many scales would I need, and how big would they have to be?
You were sent for 1 scale, and they are fairly large. I'm going to say they're probably maybe the size of like a big dinner roll, but flat.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just the dragon can't pick at its own scales. I mean, I'll be honest with you. There's a good chance there's a couple scales lying around, but this is going to be a very short encounter if I let you just walk out with them. So
yeah.
I am making a command decision here. You're going to actually have to take a fresh scale off of this dragon.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll use my sickle to try and pry one off.
All right, make a strength check.
9.
9 does not work. You try to get what did you use, a scythe?
Sickle.
A sickle. You try to get the blade of the sickle underneath the scale, but they are very, very, closely knit together, and it just basically scratches off of the dragon. Because you've now physically caused him harm, in a sense, gets to make another wisdom savings throw, and he does not succeed. So he is still charmed, even though he kind of shuffles a little bit. He's not super happy with it, but he can't break your mighty. What was this spell called?
Dominate Monster.
You have dominated this dragon quite a bit.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the dragon. Would another dragon be able to just pry your scales easily?
No dragon could ever hurt me.
Is that like a physical thing? Is that like you being prideful?
Roll a perception check.
I have a +7, so 23.
You think that this is just dragon's pride that another dragon absolutely could, remove a scale from it. A lot of things could potentially remove a scale from him, but of course he would never admit that to a mere mortal.
Yeah, fair enough. Would I be able to, I guess, make myself look like a dragon-ish? With Alter Self and try to pry a scale off of me.
All right, well, let's see what Alter Self does. You assume a different form. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following options. Aquatic adaptation, change appearance, natural weapons. You grow claws, fangs, spines, horns of a different natural weapon of your choice. Your unarmed strike deals 1d6 bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage as appropriate. Now, it is a concentration spell. So you would have to drop your concentration on your dominate monster.
No. Okay, then I'm not going to do that. You said I was in a jungle, right?
It's sort of, yeah, a foresty sort of jungle.
Could I go outside and try to find like a really long vine? Like really long, sturdy vine?
Sure, roll a nature check.
Yeah.
Actually, no, roll a survival check. I'm going to say searching for a vine is more of a survival thing.
Yep. I got a 13 on the nature check anyways, but survival... 5.
You can see a vine, but it's up quite high in the tree, and you don't think it would be. It's certainly not a strong looking vine. I don't know exactly what you want to do. It certainly wouldn't hold a dragon in place if that's what you're thinking. Your nature lets you find it. Your survival failure means you don't think it'll ever work. That's how I'm retconning it. So.
Okay. I am still gonna keep the vine. I'm gonna go back inside. I'm gonna go towards the dragon. And I am gonna use polymorph on it.
On what?
The dragon.
You're gonna polymorph the dragon.
Yep. And I'm gonna turn him to like just a smaller dragon, I guess. Actually, how long does polymorph last?
1 hour. Concentration up to 1 hour.
1 hour. How long is a short rest?
Short rest can be anywhere between like an hour and 4 hours ish. Depending on the situation. Okay. What you're thinking of doing is constantly doing short rests, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
Okay.
I can guarantee.
Right.
I can see where you're going with it, and it's an interesting idea. It's not going to work.
Okay. I guess I'll just go back to brute force and try to use. Actually, I'm gonna take my sickle and try to pry another scale off of him.
Okay, you're gonna try the brute strength again. So roll for strength.
And it's a 5.
Again, you try to get it into one of the cracks or underneath one of the lips of them. And like dragon scales are really, really tough, and dragon skin is really, really, thick. So you really just can't seem to get it. And because you again made a little bit of an attack.
Oh no.
He still can't manage to break out of it. That's a 7.
Okay.
He's got to hit a 17. You've got a really, really high wisdom DC. He just can't get anywhere near it. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Nice. So, I'm going to try the sickle one more time. If I don't get one, then I'm just going to try and fight the dragon.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. We are kind of getting bogged down here, right?
Yep, so strength check?
A strength check again, yeah. What did you get?
A nat 1 plus 2 is 3.
Okay, so because you got the nat 1, I'm going to say you actually slip off the dragon's scale and you manage to embed the sickle in a very sensitive part of the dragon's skin. So roll damage on the sickle.
1 second. I warlock things. Once per short rest, we make an ability check or a saving throw. You can use this feature to add a D10 to your roll. You can do so after seeing the roll, but not before the effects occur.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. That would have worked on one of the previous ones. This is a nat 1.
Yeah,
so
okay, fair enough.
You could use it, and I don't want to discourage you from using it. You still roll a nat 1.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not going to try to get out of this one.
So roll your damage.
Yeah. 5.
All right, so 5. Oh, shoot! We haven't even got initiative going. So roll for initiative.
Yeah. 11.
Better than the young bronze dragon. He got a 4. So.
Oh, cool! Nice. Never mind. It's great.
So 11. So how much damage was it? 5.
Yep.
All right. So you slip off, you manage to stab the dragon in a very, very painful spot. The dragon screams a mighty roar. He gets advantage on this wisdom saving throw.
Fair enough.
That is a 9 and a 14. He still cannot even come close. So even with you piercing his, very sensitive, whatever toe or something, he still cannot break this spell. You can see he's starting to get really, really mad at you that he can't, just bite your head off. But
okay, for the record, I did not mean to do that. But then again, I'll do Shatter then.
All right, you're going to do Shatter.
Yep.
A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the savings. On the saving throw, a non-magical object isn't being worn or carried. Also take damage if it's in the spell's area. What level are you casting it at?
I'll do second, I guess.
You cast it at the second level. All right. So, must make a Constitution savings throw.
No, actually, I'll do it at 5th level because that's when I can actually see.
Because this is a one-off thing, you're not really trying to save your spells here.
Yeah.
All right, so it was a Constitution savings throw with a DC 17.
Yep.
And they got a 24. So the young bronze dragon managed to resist the shatter, but they still take... What's weird? 3d8, but you cast it at the 5th level, so it's 6d8. So roll your damage. He's going to take half.
That's 31.
31 is going to be 15 rounded up. We'll round up, so that's going to be 16 damage.
Nice.
That's not a concentration spell. That's an instantaneous spell. So he is still going to have to do another wisdom savings throw. Got a 6. He is still enthralled. I'm assuming you're just making him sit here and take his lumps.
Yeah, I'm just kind of making him stand there while I just go bam, bam, bam.
All right, so back to your turn then.
Eldritch Blast.
You do Eldritch Blast,
which is a cantrip at will.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. So roll your hit.
17.
17 is a miss.
Oh.
This is a dragon. It does have a fairly good armor class.
I see.
So are you going to do anything else on your turn?
I'm going to take one more step out of here, and that's it.
Okay. No, fair enough. He can't do a reaction on you. You've got him controlled.
Yeah.
You haven't made him do anything. But he's going to roll his wisdom savings throw. Only a 15.
Yeah.
So he is struggling. If a bronze dragon could go red in the face with anger, he would be red in the face with anger.
Yeah. I'm debating. Would it be... First of all, is the lake in the map there?
Yep. No, everything on the map is there.
Would it be too dark if I asked him to drown himself?
I don't think... One second here. I don't think the nature of the spell will let you do that. Which spell was it? That was the Dominate Monster, right?
Yep.
Give me a second.
I'm trying to fight this dragon without actually having to fight it.
I know. I get this. This is the wonderful world of Google. I'm going to say you can try it. But obviously, it's going to be fighting against your control.
Yeah. Then I'm going to move out of the way, say telepathically, go outside, go to the nearest body of water, and drown yourself.
Okay, so the dragon comes out to the water. Are you going to stay where you are?
I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna follow it.
Are you on the? Where are you?
I'm just kind of hiding behind there.
All right, you're behind the trees there.
Yeah.
So the dragon goes out into the water. It submerges itself as deep as it can get, and it plunges its head under the water, where obviously it tries to hold its breath as its own reaction, but it's going to count as damage. So he's going to get a saving throw chance.
Yep.
That is in that 20.
Oh no!
So it is now really, really staring death in the eye, and it realizes that it has to break its control. So it gathers all of its will together, breaks the control, its head bursts out of the water, and it lets out the biggest, meanest, maddest roar that you've ever heard.
No, I don't think that worked.
But maybe plunging its head in the cold water managed to shock it out of the away from the magic. So,
yeah.
Out of curiosity, is it on the end of its turn? I'm going to say we're just going to go into initiative.
Okay.
Just to get things going, because this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
So, first up of the initiative is Reltrana. He's got a very, very angry dragon.
Can I cast Blindness?
Sure, you can cast whatever you want, right?
Cool. I'll cast Blindness on it.
All right, so you can blind or deafen a foe. Choose one creature that you can see within range to make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, the target is either blinded or deafened, your choice for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make a Constitution saving throw. On its success, the spell ends. So you cast it, they've got to make a Constitution 17 saving throw.
Okay.
So that is an 18. So it manages to shake off it's so angry, it's seeing red. It's almost blind with rage as it is. Your spell just bounces off of it, and it locks eyes with you. You know it sees you still.
Ah.
So that's your action.
I run.
So you are retreating.
Yeah.
So is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. So the dragon is going to burst out of... Oh, wait a minute.
Wait.
So, going to the whole drowning thing, I just noticed on the dragon sheet.
Yeah.
It breathes air and water.
Oh.
So it wouldn't have worked anyways.
Oh.
So in any case, he is going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 35, 45, 55, and is going to land right next to you. He is...
Maybe being on the open wasn't such a good idea. Maybe. I'm debating that one still.
He's going to start with lightning breath.
Ah.
So the dragon exhales lightning in a 60-foot line that is 5 feet wide. Each creature in that line must make a DC 15 dexterity savings throw or take 55 damage on a failed save.
Oh.
So roll your dexterity savings throw.
Yep. I got 9.
You got a 9. So that is a failure. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to roll 10d10 lightning damage. That's a lot of dice. 57 points of damage.
I see. I'm at 10.
You have gone from the controller to the controllee on this one. But that's the dragon's turn. It is now your turn.
Would a dragon count as a human?
What spell are you looking at?
Charm person.
No, I'm going to say it is not considered a humanoid.
if I do expeditious retreat, can I take the dash bonus action and then use the spell to do the dash action again? No, that wouldn't work anyways. You get a reaction attack. Never mind. As a last-ditch effort, I use Polymorph on the dragon to try and turn into a cat.
Okay. That I was wondering if you were going to try to do that one earlier in the cave. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom savings throw to avoid it. So, a wisdom 17 saving throw. We know how good this particular dragon is at making wisdom savings throws.
Yeah.
That is a 19 on the die. It is a 23. It does not work. That was your action?
Yep. I should have used plane shift.
Plane shift might have actually worked for you. So is that your turn? You've still got a movement and a bonus action if you've got something.
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay, so the dragon gets to see if his breath weapon recharges. It actually does. But he's so angry at you, he feels like he wants this to be a little bit more personal than a lightning attack. So what he's going to do is he's going to attack you with a bite.
Can I say to the dragon, you know what would be the worst thing to happen? Why give me the mercy of death when you could leave me injured in the woods? That'd be even worse, don't you think? Don't you think? That would be... And then I'll die slow and painful. See, a win for you, specifically.
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Nope.
Because he's very angry with you.
Yep, so that's a 17 and a 18, so 17.
Just so you know, I kind of just ballparked it as a 16. I don't think you are injured enough. And he's going to hit you with a 23. That's with his bite. Mm-hmm. Which does 2d6 plus 10, or 2d10 plus 5. It's 15 damage.
I'm dead.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You are down and out. The 16 got him to think about it. Or sorry, the 17 got him to think about it, but I don't think it would have been enough to convince him.
Technically, I'm unconscious. I still have death saves.
Yeah, but realistically...
Yeah.
You know what? He takes you up on your offer, and he stabilizes you. He does a little bit of dragon magic, and he stabilizes you. And then he just leaves you unconscious in the forest. And moves back to the cave to go back to sleep.
So if I'm stabilized, I'm not awake though, am I?
You're not awake. I think at some point you would wake up, probably in the future, but I think this is where we've got to wrap this one up. This did take a lot longer than I thought. I cut down. I don't know what it's going to end up being. I love your idea though, because if you had been able, roll a strength check, just a random strength check right now.
Okay. 19.
19. I was ballparking it as 18 to get under the scale and get it off. Because it is a dragon scale. It's certainly not a
very soft.
It would be difficult to get it out. You're 100% right there. So I ballparked it at 18. You would have got. So if you had rolled that, you would have got it. You probably would have kept them. You had them for about 6 or 7 rounds, just totally under your control. And to be fair, there's a good chance I could have let him take his own scale off, or at least try. But then we would have been really, really short on this. And the whole point of this, like I said earlier on, is this is a way to fill a little bit of time while you're, maybe waiting for other players, or waiting for, you're early to the session, or somebody's late and you're just trying to, fill a little bit of time, or you just want a little bit of a D&D fix. So this is a one-off, one-shot with a random character. Froggy, what do you think?
The lesson that I learned today is that if you have plane shift, use it.
Yes, absolutely. That would have got you away and alive. Whereas this one here, this kind of ended you up dead as a doorknob.
I had a feeling that I was going to die this time.
It was a tough one. It was a very, very tough one. You, as a solo magic user, definitely a little bit more difficult. That's why I went with a hard and not a deadly. Like, I wanted to make it challenging, but I didn't want to, make it too easy. So, but that's something to keep in mind. If I'm doing a one-on-one, maybe I should be, lowering that, right? If we had 2 players against the dragon, maybe, somebody else would have had a better chance of getting that scale off. And, but that's going to be it. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
See ya, folks.
See you, folks. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everyone. I don't know. I've cut that out.